Okay, in case you don't follow the Supreme Court very often, which I couldn't really blame you. In, I believe, November of 2015, Justice Antonin Scalia passed away, leaving a vacancy. Now, to that day, that vacancy has yet to be officially filled. And to explain why, here's a GOP majority leader and professional turtle impersonator, Mitch McConnell.
What about the Supreme Court nominee that President Obama has put out?
Well, if you look at the history of vacancies created in a presidential year, they don't get filled.
Right, but what about him as a...
What about him?
Yeah, I mean,
well,
isn't it playing the long game?
The issue is who should make the appointment. We're in the middle of a presidential election. You'd have to go back 80 years to find the last time a vacancy created in a presidential election year was confirmed. You'd have to go back to Grover Cleveland in 1888 to find the last time a vacancy created in a presidential year was confirmed by a Senate of the opposite party. Now look, let me finish. You know that if the shoe were on the other foot, and this was...
Okay. So, according to this man, oh well, yeah, it's just tradition, man. We never fill vacancies that are created. That's something I noticed too. He said vacancies created in an election year. Well, now if it wants to get particular about it, that vacancy was not created in an election year. It was created in 2015. They have just been stonewalling and have just been obstructing the nomination all through the election year. Also, too, one other area where he's a little bit off is that, well, technically, the last time, he specifically said that the last time when a vacancy created in an election year was filled was Grover Cleveland. Yeah, that is true. However, as far as which technically this wasn't. Again, it was created in 2015. However, as far as filling vacancies in an election year or confirming Supreme Court picks in an election year, that actually has happened fairly regularly. In fact, where was the article? In fact, there's really only, other than Merrick Garland, since Grover Cleveland, actually since going back to Ulysses S. Grant, going forward, there has really only been Garland. It's really pretty much been the only one blocked. Now, there were a couple during the end of LBJ's last term. There was some weirdness there. I think it was like one of the justices was supposed to be removed, and then a justice was going to take his place, and then it was a complicated little issue. But standard traditional justice, a vacancy opens up and then is replaced. The only time, according to a chart put out by the New York Times, the only time that has happened has been, since Ulysses S. Grant, has been Merrick Garland. The only nominee or Supreme Court pick to not be confirmed. Before that, it was Justice Kennedy during the Reagan administration. Then there was, you could kind of say, a couple during Nixon and Ford, so on and so forth. But yeah, they've just been jerking us around for over a year, refusing to hold any hearings, refusing to do anything involving the confirmation of Merrick Garland. And I bring that up, it's been a while, it's, new year, new thing. But I bring that up because, I believe about 1 week ago, the Trump administration revealed their pick for Supreme Court. And that was one, Neil Gorsuch. I can't pronounce his name, honestly. And, it's been a week. They've started the process of getting it through. There's been some rumblings of, maybe the Democrats should obstruct him or anything like that. Or, things like that. And the GOP is livid. They are absolutely just incensed by that even the idea that someone would dare defy the will of the people and the will of the President of the United States by blocking a Supreme Court nominee. Really? And to the point that they're actually even starting an ad campaign. They have. There are a couple of videos that they put out. I'll play a little bit of one here. This is one I kind of like the most. It's the most full of crap. But anyway, let's go to this video real quick.
When there's a new president and that president nominates somebody, I'll vote yes or no on that person as well.
That's what Democrats promised last year. But now, they're playing politics, threatening to deny a vote to Judge Neil Gorsuch.
We'll fight it tooth and nail, as long as we have to.
Tell Democrats the election is over. The people decided. Vote yes on Judge Gorsuch.
Oh yeah, they're already videos. Oh my God, make them do their job. Tell them to quit paying. Tell the politicians to quit playing politics. Really, you're gonna come at us with that? And not only that, but also, if you'll notice that one line, that was one that stuck with me in particular. Tell Democrats the election is over. The people decided. Like hell. And it ties in with that same load of crap that they've been spouting since the inauguration. Like, oh, we have a mandate. We're all this, people are in the streets protesting. There's a freaking riots going on in response to the things that this administration are doing already. But, well, they have a mandate from the American people. Like, no, you don't. Like hell, you have a mandate. You lost the popular vote. And, I get it. We go by the Electoral College, and in the Electoral College, Trump did win. And he was the president. I make no... make no illusions about that. However, the majority of America did not approve of Trump or his administration or his freaking Supreme Court pick. They just didn't. And to go around saying now the Republicans go around saying, oh, they have a mandate from the people to implement these picks and these appointments. And no, you don't. You don't have a mandate for dick. All right? They won the electoral vote. However, numbers are numbers. And you know what? About 3 million Americans more preferred the other person to Trump. And it's just this classic crap that people on the right or politicians on the right always pull. They do something. They'll hold up nominations. They'll refuse to hold confirmation hearings. They'll obstruct, and then as soon within a week of the tables being turned, obstructionists, they're just obstructing everything. The people have spoken. The people deserve to have this Supreme Court seat vacancy filled. Yeah, well, what, they didn't deserve to have it filled for over a year? No, that was just fine. That was just, it's an election year. Hell. You heard Turtle Man himself say it. Hang on, I love this picture. Let me bring this back up. You heard him say it himself. Right from the beak there. That Supreme Court vacancies that are, or seats that are vacated in an election year don't get filled. Well, that vacancy didn't even happen in an election year. It happened in 2015. Maybe he forgot. I don't know. I mean, he's getting up there. Maybe it's senility. Maybe it's time to retire. Maybe it's time to retire to a nice terrarium with a heat lamp for him to crawl up under. These people piss me off. Get off my damn screen, Mitch. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Like, comment, subscribe. Links in the description. See you next time.